Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praises, all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, the brothers to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect across the four corners of the earth. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 13 verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Alright, and I will entitle this lesson My Testimony with Angels, because the angels are all around us. Alright, the angels is all around us, right? And they are as the eyes of the Lord. It tells you in the book of Proverbs, Proverbs 15 and 3, the eyes of the Lord are upon every place, beholding the evil and the good. And as the angels, they are seeing everything. Right? The angels of the Lord are seeing everything. And we have been entertaining angels unawares. Right? So the first testimony I would like to share was maybe in when I was outside, right? And while I was outside, I had saw this bright light, and it was at night, and when I look up, I saw this big gold glowing chariot, right? It was huge. It was a big glowing orb in the sky. And then I saw a purple, something purple open up, like a purple portal, and it went inside the portal and it disappeared. Right? So the angels, we know, right, being in this faith, we know that the angels travel in those vehicles, right? The so-called UFOs, the so-called spaceships, what we call the chariots of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? So that was my witness, right, with a chariot. It was huge, it was big, and it was gold, right? And a portal opened up in the sky, and it went inside the portal and it disappeared. I don't know where I don't know if it was the spiritual realm or if it was in space, but it was a purple circle, right? And it looked like no place on earth. It looked like if it's either from space or the spiritual realm. But I saw it, and it was moving real slow, and then it opened up a portal, and then it went inside the portal and it disappeared. Right? So the Lord does do these things to increase your faith, right? To let us know that we have the truth, that the things what we believe in are real, right? Another testimony I would like to share was it had this time that I wanted it to get circumcised, right? And I was thinking about circumcising myself, and I had went and buy a sharp scissors, and I did something, some tape or something to pull forth the foreskin, and I did mark the areas where I had was to cut around the head, and I was going and cut it, right? But my hand was trembling, and I was there like for a long while, and I was disappointed to myself that I couldn't cut it and circumcise myself. I was feeling bad that I could not do it. So I went out and I sat down on the step, and when I went outside and I sat down on the step and I look up, I saw 7 chariots, right? There was 7 chariots, and they was flying in a V formation, right? So these angels, we are entertaining them unawares, right? And that is the point, right? Them just watch what you're doing, right? Sometimes when you're walking, you will feel like if somebody walking behind you, right? You will feel like if somebody literally behind you. I will be walking in the living room and in the house, and you will feel like if somebody literally behind you, right? It's because somebody is actually there, is an angel, right? So we are entertaining angels unawares. They are watching us, right? And they are also there for our protection, right? Now those angels didn't have was to show themselves, but the Lord let them reveal themselves to increase my faith, to show me that this is the right path that you're on. You're on the right path, right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 68 and verse 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. So we'll have hundreds of thousands of angels, right? Hundreds of thousands of chariots. People see them all over the world, right? Brothers have testimonies in seeing chariots, right? And we see them from time to time. You just see them while we on camp, right? So it's a norm in seeing them because we see them so much, right? Because prophecies coming to pass, right? We getting closer and closer. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So that's what they are there for, right? I can share another testimony that I was in these car with these jakes, right? These wicked jakes. I was traveling in a car, and it had some police on the road, and they ended up pulling aside the car, how it was looking, and they tell everybody to come out the car. So I come out the car, they come out the car, and they tell everybody to put their hands on the car and a search. But they did not search me. They did not tell me anything, right? I step away from them, and the rest of people in the car, they get searched and they had their hands on the car, and they get pat down by the police and they get searched. And the police didn't search me. They didn't even touch me. All of them, they were searched, they were pat down, right? They all had their hands on the car, but they did not search me. So everybody else in the car gets searched except me. Now, I look at that as spiritual, and an angel was right there, right? I believe that an angel was right there at the side, right? Preventing them police from touching me. So these are the things that increase your faith. You know, when Jacob's trouble come, right? When the enemy come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord is going to lift up a standard against him. We know these things is going to come to pass. We know that these military and these troops and these police, they are going to come for the men of the Lord. But the Lord is going to have a protection around his men that believe in him. Right? And they all had machine guns and stuff. Right? So that was a faith booster. You know? That was a faith booster. So from there, we go in the book of Psalms again. Psalms chapter 91 and verse 11. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest so like I'll start at verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. And that's the main point I wanted was to get. Right? He shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So the Lord have his angels guiding us and protecting us throughout the day and throughout the night. Right? Guiding us on the path. Right? People in the world who have that. These Jehovah Witness, Jehovah Wickedness, Bobo Shanti, and Ringworm Baptist, they do not have that kind of protection because they are not they are not of the light. They are of darkness. Right? They do not have the truth. Alright? So they don't have that kind of protection. They don't have that, power over them, right? Protecting them. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. I said, the Lord have his angels to direct us on the path. Right? So, these things does increase your faith. These little testimonies that the Lord has give you, right? You use it, and you share it so it could increase other people's faith, right? And these things ain't no dream, all right? These are things that we actually see and experience in real life, right? Seeing an angel, you understand? The chariots, and real soon they are actually going to appear in the true form. And every time you pray, them must be right there to hear your prayers and take it up to the Father. Because a testimony I had as well while I was praying. I didn't have was to feel it, but the Lord allowed me to feel it. It was as an earthquake. When I prayed, it was like the room was vibrating, right? Like an earthquake. And I felt a presence in that room. So the angels just be right there listening to your prayers. Right? Hearing your prayers. Right? When you bow along and you pray to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in secret, the angels just be right there hearing your prayers. Right? So this thing is very real. Right? This truth that we in here, this is very real. And the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is very real. So from there we go in the book of Revelation. Chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. That's it. Right? And this was John, This was John, right? When he see the glory of the angel, he looked to bow down. The angel said, See thou do it not. I is your brethren, and I is your servant. And that is what the angels are. They are our brothers, right? They are our heavenly brothers. Just like Yahweh is we heavenly father. The angels is we heavenly brothers, right? From there, let me go in the book of let me see. Anything else? I believe that is it. Yeah. I believe that is it there, right? Through the spirit. That is pretty much the some of the testimonies that I had. Right? I hope this increase your faith to keep on pushing, right? We have the truth. GMS have the 100% truth. Kalalal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rukah Kodash. The brothers and the elders and the apostles are great millstone. And shalom to the elect.